All right, all right. What's going on, party people? Hope I. Woo. All right, I'm trying to make sure my lighting is straight. All right, get that together. Get my stuff. I just had to. I mean, just walked in the house. Um. All right, all of that's good. I got to check my stuff on YouTube, make sure that stuff is straight and everything. And all right, let me. I got this other stuff playing in the background. Let me turn that off. All right. What's up, party people? All right. Yeah, I'm still got my gear on. I ain't even had a chance to change, but I got to take a brief moment and swap out some of this stuff here and everything because it messes with the lighting and all of that. But yeah, so let me get this going. All right. All right. All right. Okay. All right. What's going on there, Erica Caprentice? Yeah. All right. All right. So y'all feel free to share. Hit that like button. Hold up. Let me get my scrolling banner. And there are people who don't like my scrolling banner. They don't like the banner. They told me I need to get rid of it because it's distracting to them and all of that. And I'm like, come on. Out of all the stuff that's distracting, this, you know what I'm saying? And everything. So, yay, good morning. I didn't want that. Oh, this one I was trying to. Here we go. All right, thanks, man. Yep, Friday is here, and then it made me late. You know what? I had to go get my fritter. I forgot to get it this morning, and as y'all can see, I've been chopping down on it and everything. I ran and got one real quick. It was the last one, the last fritter. I was like, all right, cool. So got my fritter and everything, and if y'all hold on for 1 second, I don't have no commercial to play and all of that, but y'all hold on for one brief moment, and I just got to take all my gear off and everything, and all that. So give me 1 minute because I already got a shirt laid out and everything, and I'll be right back. Hold on 1 sec. Whew. All right, all right. I'm back. I am back and everything. Whew. All right, all right, all right. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, I'm a little winded. I'm a little winded and everything. Hold on. Make sure I got the chair right. Gotta make sure my camera's straight. Look at my stuff over here. Where's my remote? All right, there we go. There we go. I think that's better. Yeah. I was all up on the thing. I ain't like that. All right. So, man, where is it? Where is it? How everybody been doing? How y'all been doing? This week has been crazy, crazy busy. I've been, man, I've been all over the place. Um, this week this month, it's been a lot of house inspections. So I've been inundated with a whole bunch of house inspections. And that has slowed me down a little bit on some of the signings, but overall, I think I'm doing good with them. There we go. Yeah, I'm doing good. And I think I'm at about maybe 40 for the month, but I've done probably about maybe $1,500 worth of house inspections. And it's been a whole bunch of interior ones. And I just been slammed with those. And that's what I was doing this morning. So I still got 3 left to do. One of them's today. And yeah, it's been crazy. Yeah. So I got I did one, then I got that one. So I have actually one that I'm gonna be doing later this afternoon. So after that, yeah. And then one of them, the lady had COVID, so I couldn't even go inside the house to do that one. And I'm still waiting on somebody. So I mean, right now for this month so far, as of today, I've done 39 house inspections. The one I'm about to, and then after these two that I did, one I already did, and the next one to be 41. 41 this month. And it's just been busy. So this is what I talk to y'all about when it comes up to managing, multiple streams of income. When you got multiple things going on, you got to find a way to balance it out. And so I already know that if I get hit heavy with a bunch of house inspections, I'm going to be a little bit light on the notary part, the closings. So I have to fit them in when I can. And then a lot of them was due in the middle of the week. So most of the time I can get my house inspections done over the weekend, but they was all due this week. I mean, I had about 11, 12 of them that was due this week. And I was trying to knock out about 2 a day all this week. And for the most part, I'm pretty much going to get it done, except for the one that had, the lady had COVID, so I couldn't finish that one. But other than that, and I wasn't saying nothing bad about COVID, YouTube, okay? Don't mess with me. I'm just saying what the lady had, okay? So I couldn't do it and everything. So, but I got my signings done. Matter of fact, I took a last minute signing yesterday and all of that. So I honestly, up until last night, didn't know what I was going to even talk about today. Um, the subject, been dealing with a lot. Y'all saw the video I put out earlier this week, dealing with that issue that I had and everything. So I was like, what really to talk about, get my mind back on track, and for other people, and I just say this in life, well, when in working with people or dealing with people, you got to realize everybody deals with stuff differently. So I take things a little sometimes more personal because I look at it differently, not because I'm sensitive, but because of the way I look at things. So when you look at things a certain way, it affects you. It's just the bottom line. It can affect you or not affect you. So how you look at life, how you look at relationships, how you look at interactions with people, when people do things, it can affect you. So based on your personality, somebody doing something may or may not affect you as much as it will another. So somebody can be done treated the same way, and it's like, oh well, because their outlook on life, outlook on just things in general, is completely different from yours, and that is okay. You know, me and my wife, we look at things differently. So stuff that would bother me would not even bother her. Stuff that bothers her doesn't bother me. So things that she wants me to like just chill, Griff, and I'm like, girl, let's go get them. That's life. And I think part of the issue is that everybody's trying to get folk to act or react the same way to disrespect or to people doing things to them, whether good or bad. And there's some things in life, well, okay, we all, in other words, some things our behavior for us, we all shouldn't be treating each other bad. That's standard. But when somebody does treat you bad, that's when you, okay, well, I'm going to deal with it this way. Well, you deal with it that way. And I had to learn to respect the way other people deal with issues. It's not always my ideal way. Sometimes I'm right. They okay need to be dealt with. And sometimes I'm wrong. Okay, just let it slide. So I'm saying all of what I'm saying is that, we gotta sometimes just keep your head on a swivel. How you doing there, Lyra? I hope I'm saying that right. And understand who you are because it affects your business. It affects every aspect of your life. Oh man, I got to get a haircut and everything, beard trim. So last night I got on Clubhouse and it was a great topic about signing agents versus signing companies. And I can't remember the young lady's name who put it on. Hold up, I might be able. Where is her name? Because Latanya. I think she was the host of it. And man, it was a very, very good subject. Had a couple of signing company owners in there, people talking, and I spoke. And one of the things that I said was, it was really hearing the conversation was confirmation to me, because a lot of what they were saying is things that I've said on this channel over and over and over again. That you need to get out there and take orders. Sometimes you might have to take a long distance order. Sometimes you might have to take an order long distance that's for a little pay. Sometimes you do an order just to get in good with a company. All of these factors, having a mobile printer set up, having the ability to have one set up if need be, all of these things. And I hear so many notaries talk against all of that. And then to hear notaries who've been in the business, and what I'm noticing that notaries who have, once they hit about the third year, 2.5, 3 years into business, their mindset change and they start realizing that, okay, if I'm going to make this long term, I gotta change the way I'm looking at this. And they've adjusted, and I'm listening to them, and it's like, yeah, when you're a signing company owner, you know that sometimes you can't pay $250, but you got an order for 75. You need it done, and you're appreciative as a signing company owner of the individual that would do the work. And because they did the work and they did it correctly, you then say, you know what, I'm gonna make them a preferred, or I'm gonna keep my eye out on them to make them preferred. A signing company can't keep you in their site if you're not doing work. And that's the whole key thing. You got to get out there and do the work. And if you're unwilling to do the work, then who's going to see you? Nobody. Nobody's going to see you. Yeah, the notary room. Yeah. I can't remember which room it was. Something, I get the notification. What's going on, Frank? Thanks again, there at home, mom, boss, and for the most part, I'm hearing some good conversation. But what I'm hearing a lot on Clubhouse, and when I'm let me preface the statement, because it seems like when I say stuff, then everybody takes it the wrong way. Well, not everybody. A lot of people take it the wrong way. I don't think anybody's doing it because of saying things or doing things because of me. I think it's just a fact of, as you work the business, you come into knowledge of, hey, this is the way it really is. But a lot of stuff that people have been saying in Clubhouse, I've been saying the whole time that I've been here on YouTube. How to deal with late docs. Don't get upset about it. It's not your fault. You communicate to the borrower. You let them know the documents haven't arrived yet. I did videos about that. My process when the order comes in, if the documents are late, I'm supposed to meet them at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I'm calling them, hey, the documents are late. Just want to let you know, haven't received, well, I won't even say late. I haven't received them yet. So once I get them, I'll be printing and be over on my way. But I just wanted to let you know that as of now, I don't have them. When 3:30 comes, I'm calling them again or texting them, because I would ask them when I called them, hey, it was okay if I text you updates? They say, yeah, you can text me update. I text them an update. Still haven't received the documents. You may want to reach out to your lender. Then sometimes I get a reply back. Hey, thanks. Then I get a reply back about 15 minutes later. Oh, okay. I just found out that it was canceled. Hey, thank you very much. I'll check with the people on my end. Call them. Yep, it's canceled. Boom. Or my people, the signing company, don't even know that it's canceled. And then I contact them and they're like, okay, cool. And then they say, well, how did you find out that it was canceled, Griff? They don't call me Griff. I'm just using that. And they'll say, how did you find out that it was canceled? Well, I reached out to the customer when I didn't get anything at 3 and I didn't get anything at 3:30. And I just, keeping them informed of what, where my status was that I hadn't received the documents yet. Didn't tell them it was late, but I haven't received the documents yet. And then they informed me, and I just suggested that they reach out to their lender. And then they came back and informed me of what I just told you. Well, thank you very much for doing that. I have not had a single time where a signing company said, what is your problem? You bet not contact them. Never had a problem with that. Never, never, never. That is my process. And I've shared this with y'all. But here's the thing. And I was sharing this with somebody. Okay, currently, I am, and this isn't, again, I got to keep saying these. See, what y'all don't realize, in the back, people be hitting me up with all kind of little quirky things. So I got to sort of clarify things, and I'm getting tired of doing it, to be honest with you, because I'm not doing these things. But this isn't me clout chasing or bragging or anything. I got 12,152 subscribers right now. What I noticed when I monetized at 8,000 subscribers, again, you can monetize at 1,000. I waited till I hit 8,000 because I wasn't sure if I was resonating with people, if there was a connection, and whether I was going to stay out here and do this. So I didn't want to be trying to do something for, this monetization thing and all of that. And I know there's more work that you have to do when you do get monetized. So I was like, I just like being with the party people. But what I noticed, once I monetize, a lot of the people from that point on, y'all don't even really look at my videos. Y'all only look at a few. Now, the people from the 0 people to the 8,000, y'all know my videos. Y'all can reference them. Y'all go back and look at them. Y'all share them. Y'all tell people about them. But what I noticed is that from 8,000 to where I'm at now, a lot of people who I talk to call me. They've only seen like 1 or 2 videos of mine, and not that they can't see more. They just, I'm just looking at everything, and they've only seen 1, and they say, well, man, you more solid. You seem to be, and then they're asking questions about stuff that's already been addressed. That if they looked into the playlist, they can find pretty much anything that they want to know about the business. And that's where they're getting stuck at, because they're spinning their wheels trying to figure out stuff. And then they're hopping into all these different rooms asking the same questions. And I can tell sometimes when I'm in them, the person who's talking is getting frustrated because they're like, okay, everybody's asking. And they're putting the information out. And then you're not going back and looking at the replay or listening to the replay on Clubhouse. You're not looking at the videos on my channel and everything. So it's like, what are you doing to learn so that you're not in this here stuck position? Okay, so let me do this here for y'all. Let me share my screen. What's going on, Giselle? All right, so, and I just want to share something with y'all real quick, and then I'm gonna get to my topic. Because I got to do this at the beginning of the video, because if I don't, people who don't like to look at through the whole video. So this is YouTube, of course. And this is me. This is just YouTube. I'm not signed in, as you see over here, not signed in. So what you can do is you can look up Griffin Notary. Okay. You look up Griffin Notary. Here I am. You click. Here's the main page. And you click right here, playlists. And I have these playlists that you can go and look at information. The problem is people aren't doing that. They won't look at the playlist. They come here to the videos and they look at my most recent videos and they look at a few of them. And then it's like, okay, cool, got it. Okay, yeah, he seemed to be a pretty cool guy. Yeah, ... But you're not looking at the whole totality of what I'm putting out. I have almost at least over 400 videos. But if you're looking for something, it's right here. Somebody said, well, Griff, how do I go about, doing printing stuff? I got stuff right here that talks about printers, all of that kind of stuff. I mean, it's right there. The real cost of printing. I got a new printer, printing issue, talking about paper and toner, my mobile printer, Noble printer stuff here. That's my playlist. All kinds of stuff. You go into the playlist. This is just showing people how to find playlists when you're on a mobile device. So you can find playlists on the, how to find it on a mobile device. And then over here, you're talking about Adobe printing issues solved, how to use Adobe DC to separate pages, printing selected pages with Adobe DC, bad printing practice will get you blacklisted, another video about printing, this should solve the issue. You know what I'm saying? So I'm putting them out there for you. You're going to have to take the time out and be studious and look and learn. The information is out there. Okay. So in developing a business model, in developing your business model basically is how you plan on making money. As I've always said, you got to understand who you are. You got to know who you are, know what you're willing to do and what you're willing to not to do. And then come up with the way. So if your business model, I'll put this way, everybody's initial business model is, I'm doing loan closing. I'm going to be a notary and I'm going to do loan closings. You get into the business and you start seeing everybody doing all this other stuff. And I've been told by many, many people that, well, I see so-and-so just started being a notary and a few months afterwards, they wrote a book and they made money from it. So I'm a good writer. I'm articulate. Well, I'm gonna write a book too about being a notary. Okay, but what do you know about being a notary? Do you know that they might already know about being a notary? They might have just got on YouTube and been on YouTube 6 months, or they was already doing this. There's all kinds of reasons. Developing your business model should help you focus on specific things. What are you trying to offer that people will pay for? What are you offering that people will pay for? I had some notes here. And the thing is, because when you look at identifying the item or what you're trying to do, you then have to learn how to market it. Everybody's trying to market stuff, but the problem is, like I had to write down a note here, you got to understand the industry that you're marketing to. The problem is most notaries, what's going on, Christy? Most notaries don't understand the industry. And that's what one of the signing company owners was saying last night on Clubhouse. You got to understand the industry. That's why I did a video under my business interviews. If you go and look at the business interview playlist, you will see that I did a video out there on talking to a notary. I mean, a real estate agent. She's a real estate agent. talk to that person as well as I always have a hard time. Gosh, I be putting stuff. YouTube keeps switching things. Here it is. Business interviews. Um, so an interview with Lavette Bell talking about NSA and she's a real estate agent. An interview with Priscilla Murtha. She's an underwriter and a real estate broker. Hey, what's going on, Kim and Yanni? You know, look at those interviews. So you got to understand the industry, okay? Understanding the industry is going to help you in your marketing. You can't market to something you don't understand, but you got to understand what you want to market so that you can understand my business model is to make money doing loan closings. Okay, loan closings, general notary work. Now, from there, once you define that, loan closings, general notary work, once you define that, then the question is, how do you market that? And you can easily, and I'm gonna show y'all how simple it is. It's very, very simple. One of the things that you can do is you go on Google and you type in business model, definition, all that. See, you're going to go and do the research yourself. And you can go in here, what is a business model? And you know what, we'll look at that. I haven't looked at this here. Talks about the business model. And basically, and okay, I remember this one. And basically what this is talking about is your business model is basically talking about how you plan on making money. So there's various different ways you can make money. There's various different ways you can market yourself. And the bottom line is, how do you plan on making money doing the thing that you're doing? That's the key. And let me pull this one video up that I would love for y'all to take time out to look at. And I'm going to put it in the description. Sorry about all the bouncing. Y'all need to look at this video here. And then the two videos that he put up afterwards, you need to look at those two at the end credits. 10 business models. You need to look at those. You need to look at the 10 business models. I forget on here, they don't show the chapters, but you need to look this up. You need to look at that. I'll put, matter of fact, let me copy it now. Okay. You need to look at that. The 10 business models. This is one of them, the videos she's talking about size and positioning, how to compete with other folk. Because with your business model, you can't be so cookie cutter. And with a lot of stuff that's being taught out there to notaries, everybody's being very, very cookie cutter. They're just going and doing what everybody else is doing. So your business model is loan closings. How do you differentiate yourself from you and all the other people who took the same course? All of y'all took the same course. You learned the same thing. You're going to go out here and do the same thing. Now, if everybody who's in the course is in a different area, that's good. But you got to realize the educator, and there's nothing wrong with the educator doing this, they're teaching people over and over and over again the same techniques. So that means there's a chance that 80% of the people who go to a class are going to be in a market that other people have also taken that same training, know those same tactics and techniques. And if you're unwilling to come up with something unique, in other words, learn from them and then craft it and shape it to fit you and your personality. One of the things that I do is they say go in and market. Well, I go into the title office with the times that I have. I don't do it really at all now. One of the things that I do is the first thing to me, I think everybody should do, and this is something everybody should do, and this is period, is find out what need do they have. How you doing? I'm Mr. Griffin, owner of Griffin Notary Services. Just coming in just to see if you have any need for a mobile notary or any additional notarial help during the end part of the month when you're pretty much, when you get slammed with a lot of closings. Just wanted to find out if there was any way that my business can be of assistance to your business. I don't see what's wrong with saying that. I don't know if people are teaching that. What I do know is people are teaching. I got some donuts. I got some donuts. You got some signers? If you want, or you ain't got no signers, I ain't got no donuts for you. If you ain't got no signers, I ain't got no donuts. Well, you know what? I'm gonna give you the donut anyway. And when you get a signer, you give it to me. Okay? All right. To me, that's not marketing. Now I know I'm simplifying it and everything and sort of making light of it. But no matter how detailed a person may be in their educating and teaching you proper marketing, how you execute it is key. And you got to execute it correctly. You get what I'm saying? You got to execute it correctly. And you know, more definitely, I ain't giving up my fritters, especially this was the last one today. Shoot, man, please. I saw that. I see that title office, and they have a sign up there talking about we give signings for donuts. I ain't doing no signing today. You ain't get my donut. You ain't getting nothing from me. I'm like, deuces. If I have a Bavarian cream, I give you that. Or one of them dry cake donuts. I ain't getting you my fritter, you know. But the key thing is learn from who you can, but at the same time, in developing your business model and how you want to operate and function and get compensated, you have to open your mind and say, okay, I hear what they're saying. Let me analyze how things are in my area. And out of everything that they said, what can I actually implement? Is what they're saying regional? Meaning it's good on the East Coast, Southern Midwest, Upper Midwest, New York area, you know, is what they're saying is it regional, the way things operate, or is it something that is truly universal? And with that, that's where you ask the questions of the person educating you. Okay, is this something that you're doing just regionally or just in your state or your county, or is this something that you have found out and have proof that you can show that it is nationwide, that this will work across the board? Can you? Because I'm paying you money, so I need more detail than just you regurgitating information to me. I need some details as to, okay, you're telling me this. How does this really work? How does this affect me? And do you have, as they will say, if you know, you tell them, do you have articulable proof that this will work? If you do, great. Now I can go forth. I think what's frustrating people in why they're trying to develop a business model and trying to grow their business is that they're implementing things that people have said. They didn't quantify or qualify the information. They didn't check. They didn't talk to that person. They just took what they said, tried to implement it, and then it didn't work. And the reason why I know that is because that's what happened to me. Everybody said go into a title office. Now, I'd never, again, I am not about giving up nothing, no donuts, none of that stuff. And at that particular point in time, I was too daggone broke to even afford a fritter. The money I had to keep gas in the car. So I was, you won't get nothing out of me at that particular point in time. But when I went in there, I tried to do the script that they said, and it didn't really move them. Because what I've picked up real quick, reading the room like I did a couple of Fridays ago, they thought that I was coming in trying to take business from them or from the existing notaries that they had or their notarial relationships. As one person told me, well, we got an attorney right up there. And when I came in, I did notice the marquee board there, you know, the room, you know, where everybody's at, and it said attorneys. I'm like, okay. So title office downstairs, they got an attorney office upstairs. They say, yeah, we just use the attorney up there. So depending on how you come in, you are talking about, they're thinking you're talking about taking all the business that they got with Fred up there. So Fred, the attorney, is doing all their closings. How are they going to tell Fred, no, we're not doing that. We're giving them all the grip. But that's really not the way that's not what you're saying, but that's what they're thinking. You see what I'm saying? And you're right, Q. The script sounds good on paper and in the mirror, But when you get out there and then you read the body language of the receptionist, or you happen to catch out the corner of your eye the office manager peeking around the corner, and then they roll their eye, like, oh, here's another one. I mean, I'm seeing all of this. One lady I gave my card to, I saw her throw it in the trash. I was like, okay, I got to come up with a different approach here. So that's when I just started saying, okay, look, I'm here to see if you could use my services. I'm not here to take any of your existing clientele away or your business relationship. Please, I want you to know that keep the existing relationships. I'm just trying to see if with based off of my workload and your workload, whether we can work together. And I will tell you this: if you go in there they think that you are desperate and that you have no work, and you're trying to get work from them to get from day one. Once I realized that, the moment I realized, okay, this thing is different, I went in there and I was like, okay, look, I said, Mr. Griffin Notary. I'm in the process. I'm on my way to doing a closing, or I just finished a closing. Well, most of the time it's after I do a closing because I don't want them to think, well, if you're supposed to be going to a closing, aren't you going to be late? So, yeah, I just finished the closing. I saw your title office. I just wanted to come by before I drop the documents off the ship back, find out whether or not there was something that my business can provide for yours in helping you get loans closed, because that's what I primarily do. I'm doing about, I got a good number that I'm doing at that particular time. I didn't know how many I was doing. I got a good number that I do a month, and I just wanted to see, if there was any way that maybe I'm able to fit in my time, my schedule, my plan of doing closings for y'all if need be, at your leisure. To me, that's way different than, you want this? You want this? Give me a signing. You know what I'm saying? So I had to come up with unique, crafty ways. I don't want to say crafty. I don't think that's the right term, but I had to come up with something different. Now, did it ever did it ever net me anything? To be honest, I don't think so. No, it didn't. It didn't. To be honest, when I think back on it, nah. However, the attitude of the people changed toward me. Before it was like, yeah, okay, give me your card. Yeah. Or if I try to give them two or three, no, we only need one. That's when you know they don't want to have nothing to do with you. When you try to give them three cards and they're like, no, you can keep the other two. We only need one. It's like, gotcha. Gotcha. But when I came at a different approach and I sat back and thought about it, I was like, okay, let me come this way. And again, it may be different for you because it all depends on the need of the people. And then this is where, and I had a conversation with them. So once I let them know where I stood at, that I wasn't in there begging them. I wasn't desperate for them. I didn't need them. But I wasn't letting them know I need you. Then they was like, oh, okay. So how many do you do? So once I told them that, they were like, well, how many do you do? And at that time, I was okay. I was like, I think maybe 15, 20. I say, yeah, right now with my work schedule, I work a full-time job. I'm doing maybe 15, 20 a month, sometimes a little bit more and everything. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, you doing that? And you working a full-time job? Yeah, So I'm eventually going to go full-time with it. But right now I'm just starting slow. And I just wanted to see if there was just any way that I can help y'all out. I don't know what your and I would tell people, I said, I don't know what your business model is. I don't know how y'all go about doing business. And I'm new at this. So that's why I'm just reaching out and just figure I just come by instead of just dropping some random email to y'all or a random postcard and all of that. I just figured I'd come by since I was on my way from doing a closing. And it was like, okay, well, we really don't need it because, and this is when I found out she said, well, we already have people in the back. We got 8 people that we do closings for. That do closings for us. Now, mind you, and let me back up. The company that I'm dealing with, that I'm talking about now, the interaction, this is my second time coming to them. Okay. So I went to a bunch of people in the beginning, got my feelings hurt. Then I said, okay, let me reassess. And then I got into me. I got into Griff. How does Griff like to communicate to people? and I figured my way out. I started understanding the industry a little bit more, and then I went back. And I actually took a week off one time and marketed myself to a whole bunch of people with that new approach. A whole week. Got no work. Got nothing. But I learned a lot. And I learned a lot from the different title companies and the people, because I learned if you approach them the right way, they will talk to you and you'll find out where they're at. And some of them don't even know that there's a mobile notary industry. They don't even know anything about that. So when you're coming in as a notary and with all your fancy marketing stuff, they don't really, and if they don't understand that this is a thing, they don't know about the different. I've even asked them, I said, have you ever heard? And I mentioned the different notary trainers, and they're like, I ain't never heard of them. What training notaries? What is that? Got it. So this thing of title companies knowing about all the various notary trainers, I found out that's not really true. That ain't true. They don't know, because and what I learned is that they're like, look, we too busy to be on YouTube. That's what several, they were like, okay. They're like, we are too busy to be on YouTube. And I'm sitting there like, okay. And then I had to do some reassessing again. Okay. Then I'm finding out some of the title companies like, well, yeah, we're a title company, but we don't really have, this is before the pandemic. We really don't have a whole lot of orders. I mean, we got maybe 20, 30 orders a month. We got 3 people in the back that does it, or we have an attorney that'll do it. So, and then one lady was, and if I'm remembering correctly, because like I said, I talked to a lot of different people that week. They was like, I think she was alluding in her own way, like, are you trying to do this full time? Because we don't really have that much work that we can give you. We really don't have. I mean, if you're trying to come to us, like you're gonna make some money from us, we don't have that much that we can give you. Got it. So I'm sharing this, and all of this defined the way the way I wanted to run my business model. And I said, okay, I need to again reassess. And what I ended up doing was saying, I'm gonna have to work primarily with the signing companies, because throughout the whole process. Now I was still doing work. Now, when I say I didn't get anything direct. But at the same time, I was getting all kind of orders from the signing companies. And then I got to a point of realizing that in my area, it's going to be very difficult to some degree of me getting those orders. Plus, since I'm working a full-time job, if a title company wanted me to work inside of their office, which I didn't want to do, I couldn't do anyway. So I said, well, it got to a point where I'm like, I'm sort of spinning my wheels and wasting my time. Not their waste of time, because what their business model is and the way that I actually could operate did not mesh. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna bow out of this here. So after that week of marketing people to people, and I think it was sometime in 2019 that I did that. In 2019, I took a whole week off and did that, like January, February, something like that. It might have been January 2019. And I was like, okay, I got to do things different. And then my business model came, the signing companies. And then I had to develop, how do you market to the signing companies? So the way I marketed myself to the signing companies was all because I heard one person say something to this. And again, you got to be personable and willing to talk to people on the phone. And somebody called, it was an order came out. I said yes to it. They contacted me to verify, to make sure that I was willing to do it. And I said, sure. And they're like, thank you so much, because it is hard to get notaries in your area to do stuff at night. Now, if you got the right business acumen and you always on your game, you pick up on that kind of stuff. See, when you're all in your feelings and worrying about how much you're gonna get paid and all of that kind of stuff, when somebody says a statement Yeah, we are. Yeah, I'm glad you did this because we've been having a hard time trying to get notaries in your area to do stuff at night. Really? Okay. Well, how often do y'all do stuff at night? And this is before the pandemic, 2018, 2019. We do a lot. Bet. It's on then. It's on and popping. Well, look, I work during the day. That's primarily when I'm available. So if you need something, hit me up. I told him, I said, let your people know you need me, fine. That's when I came up with the slogan, Hampton Roads #1 nighttime notary. I came up with that slogan. You can use it. I didn't copyright it or anything, but I said Hampton Roads #1 nighttime notary. And you say, well, how can you say that? What about the other notary? I don't care about them. Griffin Notary Services is Hampton Roads #1 nighttime notary, period. In the story. And that's what I became. All of 2019 into 2020, Hampton Roads #1 nighttime notary. I get off work, I got 4 signers. I get off work at 3, 4 o'clock, I got 4 signers because they knew Hampton Roads #1 nighttime notary got us covered. So that was my business model. It worked. And then they would call me and say, "Hey, thank you." I said, "Well, look, you got the Hampton." I said, "Look, you got Hampton Roads #1 nighttime notary here doing it for you. You're right. We gonna keep calling you." And then it got to a point they were like, "Well, can we get you during the daytime?" "No, I'm not available." Then I crafted and said, "Okay, part of my business." I said, "Okay, I'm trying to make money. I realize I'm gonna go full time. So you know what? I'm gonna have to take a longer lunch. How much vacation time I got? I'm taking Fridays off. What about slow days at work? I'm leaving early." And they didn't quit. They said, "Yes, I'm be PTO today." "Oh, no problem. Go ahead on." Bet. I was getting my work done. So it was like, I'm getting my work done. Let me bounce. Let me go ahead on and do this. Order come in for 3 o'clock. And especially if I got a couple of days ahead of time. And then here's the other thing. I would share with them that, hey, look, if you want me to do something during the day, you probably need to if you got something that you know that's going to be a couple of days out, let me, hit me up earlier. And they was like, oh, okay, cool. That's up to you whether you want to call the title company before visiting them. I mean, you don't have to call them before you. Look, if their business model is to say no, trust me, they're gonna say no whether you call them ahead of time or they wait till you get there. Either way it goes, if they're gonna say no, they're gonna say no. So it's not a thing of, oh, if I call, they won't say no. Hey, I'm coming. I'm just calling to let you know I'm going to be marketing to you. So just be ready. I'll be there in a little bit. And I snatched one of Griff's fritters. So I'll be there. No, it doesn't really matter. But again, it could be your area that may work. I don't know. Try it, but don't be disappointed if it doesn't work. Be very glad if it does. Either way it goes, if the end result says, if it at the end of the day, if it works, cool. Do what you got to do. Um, but be flexible. Okay. Just be flexible. Oh, you just got to receive your commission 5 minutes ago. Boom. Way to go, Leslie. Check out the channel. Griffin, the Notary Basic playlist. My number's out there somewhere in the YouTube sphere. And give me a call, text if you need any help with anything. So that's changing. And then when I started going full time, I just call myself straight up Hampton Roads #1 loan closer. Hampton Roads #1 notary. Hampton Roads #1 notary loan closer. Boom. And I put the notary loan closer in there because sometimes people are like, what's a loan closer? And again, I keep telling y'all, people don't know these phrases, loan signing agent, notary sign. They just know notary loan. So I'm a notary loan closer. So for real estate agent, title person, or whoever comes across my profile. Oh, you say you're a notary loan. Okay, well, we know we need a notary, and you do loan closings. Got you. That's what I've done. It's worked. Now, am I popping the $10,000 a month like everybody's showing themselves on YouTube? No, I'm not. I'm working toward that. But what I am doing, what I am doing, what I am doing is making sure that I can take care of my family because that is priority. It's not about bragging about what you've done. That is not about getting somebody to interview you. And I'm not against it. I mean, that's fine. But as I've always said, full disclosure, did you have a title background? Did you have connections? Did your mama them? Did your brother them? Did your wife or uncle or whoever own a title company? You know what I'm saying? What was the true logistics and method in which you got to that point so quickly? Did you have hookups? Don't tell me you making that kind of money and you got straight up hookups. You get what I'm saying? That's my concern, you know. So, my man. So these are different things that I did, and your business model can adjust and rearrange as you get knowledge. And really, the main thing that made my business model change from time to time was my knowledge of the business. The more knowledgeable I became, then I say, okay, let me adjust here. Let me adjust there. Okay, let me do it this way. Let me do it that way. Mobile printer. And let me share this here, and then we're going to bring in Ishmael. Here's the deal. If you go back and look at that replay, and if somebody remembers the name of that clubhouse room thing from last night, please, drop it in because I cannot remember the name of it. I don't even know how to search for stuff. I just know that it was signing agents versus signing companies or something to that effect. Listen to the whole thing, okay? One of the things that one of the signing company owners said was, to this day, he owns a signing company. He used to be a notary. And he still does notice closings, and he still has a printer and scanner and everything set up in his car. And I've heard so many notaries, like when I first came out, okay, I'm gonna do the thing, the printer, and then all of a sudden I ain't messing with that because you heard Fred over there, Earl or Shaquanda or Kylie over there in a Facebook group say they don't want to do no mobile. You don't need that. So then you stop. There are some of the signing companies that I found, and I mentioned this briefly a couple of months back. There are some signing companies that if you don't have a mobile printer set up, they ain't messing with you. I'm just being straight with you. They not even giving you a shot. They will not, because they know they need those documents scanned back, lickety split, and you don't have anything, they not messing with you whatsoever. I'm just being honest with you. So there are companies that's like that. But what I'm learning, which I already knew, is just being shown to me that more people are realizing that there's some key things that you got to do in this business, and you got to stop listening to the naysayers. Stop listening to everybody who says you don't need to do this to be qualified at. Why don't I need a mobile scanner? Now, do I use mine as much as I used to right now? No, because I have my stuff spaced out far enough that I'm actually able to run back and forth and do that. And see, here's the thing. I don't have a problem going back and forth. Some of y'all do. Some of you can't. Now, there's a difference between do and can't. Some of you can't because you get 5 orders and you gone. And in the distance that you're traveling, there's just no way you can get back and going all of that. I understand. But then there's some of you who just don't want to do it. Your personality is such that I'm just going to say it straight up, you're just lazy. And there's some of people that they're lazy. They want to make money, but they don't want to put the effort into making the money. So they're not going to. So anything dealing with going back and forth, I'm not. Nah. You mean I got to go back and do? Never mind. I'm done. Who wants this printer? Who wants the scanner? Because I ain't got time for that. And the thing is, a lot of the people have the ability to do it. You just don't want to do it. And you need to be real with yourself in that. And you need to be real with people when you're saying stuff in these Facebook groups about don't do this, don't do that. No, say, I'm telling you not to do this because I'm just straight up dog lazy and don't feel like doing it. And I just want to communicate that to y'all. That's what you need to do and be honest with yourself. Okay. But you're saying that, and then people get detoured away from doing what they need to do and what they can do. And then guess what? They mess around and tear it up. And then they mess around and their whole business falls apart. So there are different types of mobile scanners that you can get. I know one of them is expensive. It's called Raven. That one you can scan and scan it to a little SD card. Q talked about that, and not necessarily that one, but you can scan to an SD card, and then you can put the SD card through a device into your phone. There's all kinds of ways of doing it mobilely out there, and all of that kind of stuff. So, what you got for me, man?
All right, hey, what's going on? So, yeah, I'm just getting back. I had an appointment. We got snow about to come down here, man. So, I hear you talking about the whole marketing aspect. People reaching out to these title companies, bringing in gift baskets and donuts. It's like for me up here, like I've told you last time, that doesn't work for me. I've never gone to the office or try to provide anything because I know it's not a guarantee that they'll even use my services. So based on what you were saying, it's definitely based on your location. What works for some people maybe down south or out on the west coast,
Mm-hmm.
that might not work for us here.
Correct.
And then also I as I was driving, I heard you were talking about as far as like business models, and folks, they need to get a better understanding on how they want to run the business, not so much trying to run the business like the next person, which that will never work.
Mm-hmm.
You can always get ideas from another notary, from another business, but trying to be exactly like them, trying to run your business pretty much the same way, that
Mm-hmm.
yourself up for failure. In the beginning, I tried, and I'm only talking about that based off experience. Because in the beginning, what I was doing, I was calling around to see the services that notaries were offering in my area,
Mm-hmm.
and in some of these services they were offering, and I was asking them about prices. So here I am, I'm just starting out. So when you call me, I'm like, if so and so is charging you 75, I'm gonna charge you about 75 as well, or maybe just a little bit less.
Mm-hmm.
But based off that, I think people, like some people, they kind of caught on as far as with my experience, and how I was modeling my business in the beginning, and most of the time they was not using me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing that people need to realize about, when it comes time for you to structure your business model, you have to find out what works for you. Now, so my story is kind of similar to yours as far as, because I was working a 9 to 5. So what I was doing, I was scheduling my appointments after 4 o'clock, because I know if I get off at 3, by the time I get home, it'll be 4. So from 4:30 till, I was doing an appointment till 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
4:30 to 10 o'clock. If you needed any type of notary done, I was getting it done. And then I started to become known, as a mobile notary, because there was not a lot of mobile notaries in my area. So I started.
That was good timing. Me and you both took a drink of water at the same time.
Yeah, man. So I pretty much started doing that, and then people just started to notice me. Hold on. Man, this is crazy.
I know once we get talking, man, the throat gets all dry and everything.
Yeah, so people started to get started getting noticed, and then I became known as the guy, the mobile notary guy at first. And then
Mm-hmm.
there, I got everything with the whole mobile setup going, and that's how things got picked up. As soon as I pull up to somebody's house, they see my setup. Like, hey, let me take a picture. I gotta send this to my friend. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. The next thing you know, people's calling me. It was just weird. It was different for them.
Yeah. And that's what it is. And this is the Raven scanner. This is the one that a lot of people get. Yes, it's $639. I don't have this one. And I think the reason why, because I don't need color scans and all of that kind of stuff. But at the same time, I have heard a few people saying they needed to scan back in color, but you can do black and white or color. I mean, if it's black and white, you ain't gonna turn the black and white into color. So that's up to you. But it has a big thing here. You can that's one that a lot of people use. Now I will say, just because a lot of people get it so that they can do this right here part, the email. Do not go emailing documents unless they told you they want you to email it. Okay. And a lot of people have gotten themselves in trouble because they say, oh, no computer needed. And then they go, what you want is to be able to connect it to a device that you can store it and then still upload it to the actual notary, the portal that they have you connected with. Do not, I repeat, do not go around using this scanner or any other scanner and just emailing documents. You got to find out whether or not they will accept it, period. Even if you put a password on it, you still got to get it permission from them to do that. So don't think that because somebody in a notary group or whatever was bragging about how they use the Raven scanner, and they go and they like, okay, well, yeah, I'm using the Raven scanner and I'm gonna just boom, boom, boom. You got to get permission. Okay. You got to. And that right there will separate you from. So you can talk to a title company. I can be, hey, Mr. Matherin, wanted to find out whether y'all was okay with me emailing documents on the fly, because I have a scanner that I can actually scan while I'm out there at the signing, get the documents back to you fairly, really quick. But I didn't know whether or not it'll allow me to connect to the internet, my mobile internet, and then I can just email it to y'all, or do you want me to still upload it to the portal? Because see, a lot of time with the signing company, they want you to upload it to the portal because the title company has access also to the portal so they can download the documents. Or they don't want to get the documents lost in 1,500 emails that they're getting a day. See, you're thinking they're just getting your one email. No, they're getting yours, mine, and everybody else's.
That's true.
And then you're emailing them a document and they don't have time for it in an emergency. Upload it to the portal. That's our normal process. And here's the biggest thing that notaries are doing for is your business model. You are coming into the industry and you're trying to change the business model of the actual signing companies. That's where the problem comes in at. Y'all are trying to change their business model to fit what you want. And you're new and you don't even know anything. And you're like, well, you need to do it this way. If they do it this way, then we good, and then if it fits in with me, that's why I want you to get me the documents 16 days ahead of time so that I will have time to do it my way. I don't want to do it your way, title company and signing company. Your way is just too last minute for me. Then you need to get out the business. Gotcha. I'm just being real with you. If you can't deal with the flow of the way things are, then you probably need to get out of the business because they're not going to change for you. Now, yes, if you're working direct, there might be one or two title companies that'll try to accommodate you, but guess what? And that's probably because they have no one else but you. But the moment they find someone else that they can depend on that can accommodate them in the way that they want, then guess what? They're going to go with them. So think about it. If you need let's just say you got home delivery, food home delivery. If the people who delivering you your food is doing it when they feel like it, meaning you got to order 10 days ahead of time, and they don't do anything last minute, And then somebody comes up and say, well, you can order 10 days ahead of time, or you can order 2 hours ahead, or 2 hours before you need it. We'll get it to you. Who you going to go with? Business model. What kind of notary you going to be? You going to be a notary that can do it, or a notary that has to plan out for months at a time before you do it? Which kind of notary are you going to be? So that is very, very clear. And it was another note that I wrote down here.
Hey, what was the, as far as the stuff that you was on the Clubhouse last night? Is that something that happened like is it weekly, or is it something that they're doing daily?
I just happen. I'm not on Clubhouse for running a room. Now I'm not even gonna try to run a room on Clubhouse because it's too many notaries out there doing Clubhouse rooms. Okay. And I will say this, and there's nothing wrong with Clubhouse, but what I think the main appeal to Clubhouse, the reason why people don't like Clubhouse is because they can hide who they are. Nobody physically can see you. You can put up your glam shot, and then you can sit at home in your bonnet or with crumbs all on your chair and in your beard while you're looking at Netflix on another monitor, and you can say what you want and just sit back and listen. And if you do come on the stage and say something, you don't have background screen. Are you talking about background screening for security, or this blue thing? If you talking about this blue thing in here, that came through StreamYard. But the main thing is, you can just come up on stage and talk, and nobody actually ever sees you. And I believe that's the appeal. And I hear a lot of people say, well, I don't want nobody to see what I look like. You want to hide. Everybody worried about hiding. You're in a public facing business, but everybody's worried about hiding. Yeah, the blue thing came up through whatchamacallit, through StreamYard. Yeah. So I can change the background and all of that kind of stuff through them. Yeah, that's all. So that came up through StreamYard. But yeah, so that's why a lot of people like Clubhouse, because basically you can hide and you can sort of listen to it at work and nobody knows you're listening while you're at work and everything. So I like the YouTube because I like teaching, I like sharing, I like interacting, and it's hard for me sometimes to focus because it's like it's just hard for me sometimes with the Clubhouse, just hearing voices and everything. So, but there's nothing wrong with Clubhouse, but depending on your personality, again, a different business model, how you flow. Just like IG, I'm getting better at doing IG stuff.
Yeah.
That's different for me. I'm adding that in. I'm sold on it, but I got to remind myself to do it more. I like the YouTube for whatever reason. I just flow with this better.
Yeah, it's like us being opposite. I'm more on IG than I am on YouTube.
Right. So you flow with it, but at the same time, I'm willing to learn. So I've already got in my mind that at some point in time, I may need to get on Clubhouse. However, I want to make sure I'm bringing good value. So I'm listening to what other people are saying. And then I'm like, okay, well, I can actually become part of Clubhouse and join a room, and somebody can ask me my opinion or ask me a question, and they give me the opportunity to share. Just like I give people here, I hop on. So me asking people to hop on this, I do it when people say, hey, Griff, come up to the stage. I come up to the stage and I'm thoughtful and I'm offering something of value, or I'm asking questions, so forth and so on. So I said, if I'm going to start a room, it has to be something that I can do maybe at least twice a week, maybe once a week.
Gotcha.
But whenever I do it, it has to be able to resonate and do something that the other rooms aren't. Not that they're deficient, not that they aren't good, but everybody can't do everything. So what is they doing? And that's how I'm analyzing, I'm looking. This is y'all, okay, notary moms. I don't know if there's going to be a notary dads. That's not the fellas that ain't out there. Hey, I'm a notary dad. That ain't.
Not really.
That ain't us. That ain't us. I mean, and the fellas, we get together, but we ain't like, okay, let's get on Clubhouse and talk about dad stuff, because to be honest, if we really share who, our vibe and our personalities, honestly, I'll be straight with you. I don't want somebody coming in calling us toxic.
Yeah.
And it's not that we are toxic. It's just we're men and we view things and we deal with things differently. Our approach to stuff is different. And I don't want to get I don't want to have that kind of stuff, So I will have a room where if it's men, we just being men, we just chatting it up, talking this, that, and the other. And then somebody come in, well, why y'all ain't talking more about the women's stuff? Well, because it's the fellas. It's the fellas, the fellas, we don't go into women's clubhouse rooms or YouTube channel. Why y'all ain't talking more about men stuff? You talk about whatever you want to talk about, and we respect that. But I haven't seen that same thing sometimes. Because when I first did my first men's get together, some lady, what about the women? I'm like, what about y'all? Y'all got stuff every day.
Yep,
I mean, fellas. So Clubhouse is good. It's nice. I like it. I still, I'm still getting used to it.
Yeah,
But the thing, go
yes,
ahead on.
yes, same here. Like I've listened to a couple rooms in there. Like I've had people who invited me to a couple rooms. So I'm probably going to check it out just to see, how it is, like what the whole buzz is about. But so far I've been invited to join like two in the upcoming week. So it's a matter of me trying to fit that into my schedule to see if I'm even able to hop on there. Because I believe when it first came out, it was only just for iPhone, right?
Right.
Okay, so that was one reason why I never got on it. I'm not gonna go buy me a phone just to be on Clubhouse. I'm not doing that. So
Right.
so once they finally switched over, that's when I was able to download the app, create a profile, but I do not be on there because I feel like there's always something going on there, and I cannot keep up with that.
Yeah.
Too much. It's way too much for me to try to get into. Here and there, if somebody send me an invite to join a room for a night, yeah. So I'll definitely consider just hopping on there just to speak, but I can't do it on a regular basis.
Yeah, I'm not to that point yet. And it took me a while to get to a point where I can bring in IG, a flow with IG and everything. So again, all of this, people, is about business model. You sit back and you analyze and look at. That's why I'm telling y'all, if you go and look at the videos, the mentorship videos, all of this, I'm trying to lead y'all down a path of business self-awareness. You have to be aware of where you are at in your business. And it's like, okay, I can add that in or I can't. And the thing is, people try to add stuff in because they're worried that if they don't do it, they're going to miss out on something. I'm like, okay, I missed out.
Yeah.
Just like people was on me, hey man, you need to go ahead and monetize. Yeah, I could have monetized once I was at 1,000, but I waited till I was at 8,000. Why? Because I needed to analyze this to make sure that I could do it right, get the right equipment. You see my lighting, all of that.
Yep.
Microphone. I had to make sure that I had stuff set up correctly. I got this little stand where my laptop is sitting up a little bit higher. All of these things, if I'm going to do things, I'm going to do it correctly. All of that kind of stuff, so that I can make sure. I mean, if you look at the beginning of the video versus now, the lighting looks a lot better because I changed clothes. Because when I had on, what I learned is that when I wear yellows and white colors that reflect a lot of light, that light gets reflected back into the camera and it changes the color, the brightness. So I put on a dark, which doesn't reflect as much light, it more absorbing light. So that means more light is staying on me than reflecting. That's my photography background. So little things like that I've learned and everything and move forward. Just like the reason why, and I have green screen stuff. I got the green screen thing I could put up, but with the green screen, I know that the lighting has to really, really be just right. So that it'll do what it needs to do. And I got the huge one but I'm looking at getting some other lights so that I can, just like I had to get my lights positioned to where they wasn't just staring me in the eye face because it was giving me headaches. I'm here and the light is flashing, just in my eyes. So I used two lights. You see, I used two different lights, and they're not even pointing directly at me. They're pointing more up and at the back wall. And since the back wall is light, it's reflecting the lights bouncing back. Again, that's just from experience and understanding, that. And with the blue screen, a lot of people, a lot of the companies have tweaked their background to only work with green. Blue works, but for whatever reason, they tweaked it to work with green. So I have a blue one and a green one. So StreamYard and Zoom is now really pushing you to use the green one instead of the blue. Don't know why. But all of this is a part of, again, my business model adjusted to where I had to go buy another green screen or an actual green screen instead of a blue one. Because of that, eventually I'll probably just do something with the lighting so that if I use a green screen, it'll work effectively. Again, you want to do things right and all of that. So my thing is I just want to have balanced lighting. I don't want to have shadows all over here and all of that. Y'all can probably see a little bit of the light here, but in my glasses, but I don't want it where, you don't even see my eyes. You just see them.
Yeah, no, that's it's crazy because I just got a new light because in the beginning I had the small one. So yesterday they just delivered this huge tall one, and as I was doing the live last night, I'm trying to position it. This thing gets hot. Like I was like turning up. I'm like, what? What in the world's going on right now? So now I have to find a way. So I'm glad you just make that suggestion as far as trying to point it towards the wall. So I'm probably going to try that next time, just so it's not directly in my face. Because man, last night I was like, I didn't know this stuff gets hot like that, and then I'm over here right next to it.
It depends on the kind of light. So mine is because one of the things you want is you want lighting that's really like daylight, which is about 5,200 Kelvin temperature and all of that. So it'd be nice and bright and even. That's why the lighting looks the way it looks and everything. That's when I'll be looking. I'm like, okay, nope, I don't look too greasy. I don't look like I've been playing with chicken grease and all that kind of stuff. But all of that kind of stuff is any free backgrounds I recommend. I just Google them. I'm serious. I just Google the backgrounds that I have. I just Google Zoom backgrounds, Zoom virtual backgrounds. That's all I did was Google that. And I found a couple that I like, and that's what I use and everything. So the goal is to develop who you are as a business owner because, and this is the reason why, at some point in time, you're going to have to stand on your own. I know a lot of the notary trainers out there are like, hey, be a part of my network. And I'll be honest, and some of it, in my opinion, is like network marketing. Everything is just flowing up. You got to sell their stuff and market their stuff. And that's not me. I'm not getting in. I got into became a business owner for myself. I didn't want to be a business owner so I can help you make money. And I just get coins off of what I'm doing for you. For some people, that is your life. That's where you're at, and you're going to stay there because that gives you the comfort and you're okay with that. And there's nothing wrong. And that's why I was never ever good at network marketing, because I never wanted to just be the guy that, okay, let me go get another person in and then I sell them on it, but all the money just flows to you. And I can eventually get there, but I got to do so much. Oh, hold on one sec. Griffin Notary. Yeah. Spam, block. All right. So, and there's nothing wrong with starting there, but if you may want to have your mind to move away. So I did the network mark. I did the Amway. I did all the other big time ones and stuff. And I was never any good at it because I was not one to just fall in line. And it was just not me to go to a daggone meeting every Wednesday at 7 p.m. and hear the same spiel over and over and over again.
It's true.
$100 to get in. You get 5 people. You get 2 people. Then they get 2 people. Then they get 2 people. And it's like, okay, after a while, it's like, man, okay. And don't forget, you got to buy $100 worth of stuff yourself. So I
Yep.
got to buy $100. They got to buy $100 because if you don't buy the money, and this is the part I didn't like, I get Ishmael and Fred in, and if I don't buy $100, so no matter how much money the people below me make, if I don't do my minimum of $100, I get nothing. And I didn't like that. I like because I was struggling financially, and I ain't have 100. And I was like, okay, I done bought $100 worth of this stuff over the last couple of months. I don't need any more. I don't need another $100 worth of anything. But if I don't buy the $100, guess what? I don't get my commission.
Yeah.
I ain't like that. That's why I never did good in it.
Yeah, that's
But what I do in this business, I get the money for it. So all I'm saying is that's their business model. That's the way they want to run things. That's how they want to make their 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 figures. That's okay. I can't be a part of that because that's not me. And if it means that I don't make $7 million, $10 million, $20 million, I'm okay with that. Because people say you got to be true to you. Because the main thing is, as long as I'm taking care of my family, what good does it do me to make $3 million a year? But I'm hurting people in doing it. And the people who's helping me to get the 3 million, they really aren't successful.
Yeah.
It's no different than what we see in the political realm. You get a politician in office, but the people who voted them in are still struggling.
Yep.
So you're helping this notary person, whoever he or she is, but you yourself can't get an order. And in order to get an order, there's all this stuff that you got to do that's outside of your realm, outside of who you are. That's the concern. That's the concern that I have. So what I'm trying to do is show you that, hey, at some point in time, you're going to have to make up your mind whether you're going to stand on your own. You can get with these people, learn from them, grow from them. But at some point in time, you're going to have to, let me go solo until he finished on the phone. You're going to have to make up your mind whether you're going to stand and do this business on your own, irregardless of what connections you have. That's what you got to do. Because it's your business. I mean, bottom line, look, when I started Notary Tech Talk, when I started this, I ain't asked nobody's permission. I didn't check with anybody to say, hey, do you think this is a good idea? It was a good idea to me, and I went and did it. And it's turned out great. Even got it in white. So that's the thing, that's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand is that now, and y'all know I'm not the best at marketing and pushing stuff, but I guess I better show y'all so people will see. I have a store. I put it in the thing. I got stuff. That's all I can tell you. I got stuff. Cups and all of that for our Notary Tech Talk and everything. I like that blue one. I'm gonna have to order that for myself and everything. But yeah, so the bottom line is grow your business at your pace, understand what a business model is, and you're gonna be fine. Let me see here. It says, I honestly never could join a specific train. Yeah, because here's the thing. Now, what I admire about each and every trainer out there, because I know some of you trainers, y'all watch me, and I know y'all don't necessarily agree with what I say, and that's fine. But I admire the fact that you're doing what you're doing, because you got into this business in a time where there was nobody doing what you are doing, and you stood on your own and to do what you are doing now. my thing is I'm sharing to the notaries, do the same. I look at them. I mean, from the standpoint, I sit back and I watch them. Okay, I may not listen to their content all the time or at all, depends. But I look at the fact that, okay, they popping, they doing this thing. Now I just got to figure out how to do my thing. So I look at that as a way of being motivated to go out there and, oh, you want that crop hoodie showing your midriff? What you got on your tummy? Notary life forever. Mm-hmm. She got it there doing that. Hold on. I
Oh
know they
man.
got that crop one. They got that crop tee in there and hold on. Let me show
Oh,
that.
that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, talking about this crop one here and everything. You know what? I gotta add some different colors to this one just for you. I'm at now you can't be going, okay, let me disclaim it. Do not go to the signing with a crop hoodie on, showing your abs, talking about notary life forever. Okay, you ain't like Tupac, thug life forever. You got
Oh
notary life.
man.
They
Please
got
don't do
notary
that.
life on your. Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. Okay, I know her. She probably. I don't know. That might just do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't be having notary tattooed across your forehead and all that kind of stuff.
Hey, Grip, those looks real nice, man. See, I might have to get a hoodie.
All right, don't get no crop one, man.
No, of course not.
Oh man,
Those look great.
yeah. I mean, and see, even with this started off the Notary Tech Talk. Just was an idea that popped in my head at the moment, and I was like, I got to go with it. And then and I'm talking about me and the guy worked, and in 45 minutes he had the logo for me. He's on Fiverr. I don't know who this guy. Don't know what he looked like. He don't know what I look like. I was like, I'm gonna pay $50. I paid him $50. Matter of fact, I even gave him a big tip, all of that. And I was getting ready to go to bed, and I sent the order in, told him what I wanted, and I was getting ready to go to bed. And just before I went to bed, I said, let me download the Fiverr app on my phones so I don't always have to log in. And as soon as I downloaded the app, I get a notification from him saying, yeah, check this out. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, can you do this? And can you do that? 45 minutes later, we done.
Nice.
I'm like, okay, bet. Let me go to. Then I said, okay, I'm gonna use Teespring. Bam. And then I had to sit there and figure out how to do these things and all of that. You know, I had to play with the logo because one of them I ordered, the logo I didn't realize the logo was too low. It wasn't big enough. So I had to go back and expand it. That's why I ordered. Even with this here, you can probably see the logos is a little bit different in size and everything. The one on the white is bigger than the one on the black.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. I thought it would, you put it up there, it would just bam. So I trial and error. So if anybody got something and the logo too little, my bad. Let me know. I get you fixed. But I had to go in there and tweak all of that and stuff. But it was like I had to just go. And sometimes it's not about being perfect. It's about just doing,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna end it there. I just wanted to just share this stuff with y'all today because I got to go do a close. I'm not closing the house inspection at 2:00. It's 1:30 now.
Nice.
It's only about 15 minutes away. Hopefully my last one of the month.
Man, look, I have a 2:00 appointment. The guy just texted me the address. I look it up. It's like 5 minutes away. So I'm like,
Yeah.
That's like down the street. About to go make quick, easy money, and then I have a refi for a Florida property later today at 4:00. So I'm gonna try to knock that out the way before we get like crazy snow, because
Yeah.
once that snowstorm hit, my price goes up, especially if I'm going out at night.
Yeah. And I got a 6:00 order, and they called me. They're like, hey, the dock's ready. And I'm like, yeah, I know the dock's ready, but a snowstorm supposed to be hitting my area. So I'm like, I'm not printing yet.
Yep.
Normally I do. Normally I would have had them already printed, but I said, I'm not going to print yet. I got to see what the weather's going to do. It's not going to take me long to knock this out anyway, but I said, I just want to wait and see. So I got one at 6:00, and then I'm supposed to have one at 10:00 tomorrow morning. And I only took that one for tomorrow because it was AmRock.
Yep.
Amrock hit me up and they asked me, and again, I don't necessarily try to find orders with Amrock, but if they call me, and that's what they end up been doing, they've been calling me. If they call me and I can squeeze it in, okay. Normally I like to chill on Saturdays, but I was like, okay, it's not that far from me.
Yeah, and then
All right, I'll go in and knock it out.
As far as them, they usually get you the documents on time, because this one today is for MROC. Then I have two more that's coming next week, and then I just got a call from them again, see if I can pick another one up. So they usually get you the documents on time. So
right, and I already have the documents. Yeah, I got the documents and everything. So that's what I'm gonna do. So thanks, Fears Factor. All right. Thanks for becoming a member. All right, my man. You have a good one.
All right, you too. Be safe out there.
Will do.
All right.
All right, party people. I'm about to bounce. All right, you ladies, get your crop top hoodie. Oh, I just get this vision of somebody rolling up with Notary Tech Talk in a crop top at a title office. Please don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, I'm cracking myself up right now. But I appreciate all of y'all. I really do. Your support and everything, all of the kind of crazy stuff that sometimes I deal with and everything, and all of that. So we're in a good business, y'all. I got a video that I have to put up. Be on the look. It's gonna go on my community tab, and if I can, later when I come back, I'll link it here. But there's a video that I'm gonna be putting up from Minority Mindset, and it's going to be talking about the mortgage industry. You know what? I just need to find that right now. I'm sorry. I haven't finished listening to it. This video, let me pull this up. Where the heck is it? It's the new one they just came out with today. There was a new one they just came out with today. Now, where is the new video for today? Okay, let me look at my history. Gosh. Because y'all need to look at, yeah.
There's just way too much money going around.
Sorry, YouTube, wasn't trying to play it. All right. Wasn't trying to play it. At me. But YouTube be getting mad at me if you play something that's monetized and everything. So I wasn't trying to do that. That was an accident. I hit the wrong button. All right, YouTube. Sorry, little man. Didn't mean to have you looking like that. In the thing there. But yeah, this here video. Let me get the thing. And again, YouTube, I wasn't trying to play somebody's monetized video. If you play monetized video and you're monetized, YouTube, they get mad at you. In Minority Mindset, I wasn't trying to do that. I hit the wrong button. I was trying to hit the thing and all of that. Made a mistake. All right. So don't beat me down, y'all. And stuff. Don't be demonetizing my stuff. So that video that's in the link that I just put there, you need to listen to this because it's going to help you understanding your industry. This video is going to really help you understand. Let me take him off because I know. All right, there we go. That's a better picture of him. Much better. All right. You're going to get a much better understanding of this mortgage industry by looking at this video. You really are. So, look at this video. It's going to help you out to understand so you can get a feel for what's going on and why things are slow. They're talking about things are being slow in November, December, which is translating over into January. It's going to give you much better education across the board. I meant to talk about this first, but I forgot. So again, Minority Mindset, wasn't trying to play your monetized video on my fair use. Let me say that also, fair use. That term, fair use. It was educational purposes only to educate the people here on my channel about the mortgage crisis. And y'all know I'm a big supporter of him, and I tell y'all to go to him all the time. All right. Hope you clear. All right. Yeah. So this is for learning purposes only, fair use. So check them out. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. It's a great video. You can see I'm about halfway through. I'm going to be listening to it when I'm going to finish listening to it when I'm on my way to the thing. All right. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for everything, y'all. See y'all next Fritter Friday. Be doing some other stuff. And I think for those of you who are members, I'm looking at, I hope this ain't done. Griffin Notary. What can I do for you?
I was trying to reach Stephen Griffin.
And you are?
I'm calling from Capital Remodeling.
Okay, I don't need any kind of remodeling. Yeah, hey man, check the replay out, Oswald. All right, y'all, let me go get this house inspection done and then get ready for my 6 o'clock later this evening. All right, y'all have a good one. Peace.